This is Kate Baconsale. You're listening to Baconsale.
Jail. Time for Baconsale. We're sending villains to jail. We'll be guarding cells for the X-Men. It's time for Baconsale. I'll try not to dwell on the perps that are female. Temping at prison's our yearly tradition. You can't stand the heat, then get out of the kitchen. We'll lock the door and throw away the key. Wow. Because we are X-temps.
Well, I think your audition for Hamilton went very well.
It did.
That was well
It's
done.
like I can hold a note for 2 seconds.
That was good job, Kent. Welcome to Baconsale. I'm Joel.
I'm Kent.
I'm Zack. I'd like to thank you for listening to our last episode, our Baconsalia Summer Olympic Substitutes.
That intro was already better than that whole episode we just did. I'm so happy.
I feel like it should become canon that the X-Men song now has lyrics.
It does.
Yeah.
I'll be singing along next time I hear that song.
Okay. Well, I can't compose myself.
Wait, who are you? Are you Zack? Hey, Zack.
People commented, including I had some that just made me laugh this week. They're great. Kendall J says Joel wins the breath holding contest.
Oh,
Kent can't be quiet for that long.
Yeah.
And Zack would want his best friend Joel to win.
Aw.
So I would give up just to make Joel win.
Yeah.
That's fine. What is this? F1? 2 people got that reference. And then Ryan said, I got so distracted by breaking being an actual Olympic event.
Right.
By comparison, all of your events are better. Which I agree. Allison Gall is one of a few different people who made a comment that you can't say that nobody gets hurt during bowling.
Yeah.
Have you ever played Wii bowling? She says.
so many TVs broken.
You can hit patrons, or the ball can get stuck on your fingers when you go to release it, and you can get dragged down the lane. Or your Wii remote might fly out of your hand and break your TV.
Right.
Like,
At the nursing
so
home.
many
They don't
things.
have Wii bowling at Lose. It's real bowling.
They haven't upgraded to that
Much
yet. Still
safer.
GameCubes.
Yeah.
Sure, lame. And then finally, Spencer Myers says, cornhole is the curling of the Summer Olympics. Suddenly dads everywhere are clicking their grill tongs in anticipation of bringing home gold. I love that and agree.
Yeah.
I love that and agree. And I bet you the cross section of people who would be good at it are very similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's not what we're talking about today. What are we talking about today, Zack?
Talking about X-Men.
Are we talking about X-Men?
Putting in prison.
X-Men. How do you guys feel about X-temps? X-temps?
X-temps.
It's kind of cute, right?
Yes, because
that's it. That's the thing. X-temps.
Because Ro was fired.
Did we get hired?
Because similar
Well,
to
for now.
episode 341, Holy Rogues ranking Batman back in February of 2022, or Baconsale episode 426, the villains are a menace in November 2023.
The uncanny X-temps? Just saying.
There's a lot of good ones here.
Yeah.
We've been hired again as temps.
This is actually our 4th job.
Yeah, because we had a dating service.
We had a dating
too.
service unrelated to this.
And the pet store.
Oh, 5th.
Wow.
This is our 5th job.
We can't keep track of these.
Do you realize that after Baconsale season 20, when we get a movie deal, TV movie deal,
Yeah.
this is going to be like the Ernest franchise? But with the temps,
Amazing. I love
temps
this
are
idea.
going to be doing a different job in the
Yeah.
movie.
So we've been hired to be prison guards
Again.
this time for X-Men villains.
Yeah.
We've done this, with Batman villains and Spider-Man
Oh,
villains.
that's
but-
great. So we're in the Marvel Universe still because we just last year were with Spider-Man. We were with Spider-Man and all of his villains at the Raft.
Yeah.
So the Raft is hiring us back?
No, Raft won't have us back, but we did get hired on at Riker's Island,
Oh, okay.
which is another prison in the Marvel universe.
Oh, it's right in Queens, right?
Close to it.
Okay.
It's in the river there.
Oh, our accents are going to make sense.
Certainly.
We're not working at the Three Stooges prison.
We kind of are.
Not no mo.
I'm walking here.
But what we're going to do is these villains are going to be brought in, and we are in charge of kind of the triage, the emergency organization.
Yeah.
So these prisoners are going to be brought in, and then they have all their abilities and weapons and costumes on them. We just have to put them in one of our facilities for holding until we can process them.
How many villains are coming in this month?
24.
What?
This month?
That's
Tonight?
too many.
Tonight?
Tonight.
It's a long night.
It
again?
is. But we only have a limited number of cells. We have 8 maximum security cells, 8 medium security cells, and 8 minimum security cells.
I'm going to stop you right there.
Okay.
As someone that likes to guard, I don't know if I do the minimum. No, you do the minimum sometimes.
We just got to decide based on the
depends.
types.
I'm afraid because we've worked with Batman's villains, right? And there are a lot of crazy people. There's some people with, some powers.
Yeah.
But very few. Spider-Man's villains, some powers, but some normal people.
Some.
Yeah.
What about X-Men?
They all have powers.
Oh, no, seriously, going through the list here of our 24 villains that we're going to be, and we're definitely not going to be able to talk about all the X-Men villains. We picked 24, kind of the better known or more notorious ones, but they're all overpowered. All these villains are like overpowered,
With the exception of one or two.
Yeah.
How are we containing them?
We're going to throw them one of those security things, and if they
This is
fill
just
up,
good?
yeah, and. It depends, some of these cells are like the maximum is more specialized, shall we say?
Like, foomp.
Do we have mason jars here?
I don't know if we can.
Maybe for one of them.
But also, minimum security is just like bars, just a regular gel cell.
Yeah.
It builds up from there.
I think we're kind of assuming that the villains are going to escape, but we don't want them to escape quickly.
Yeah,
right?
we're hindering their chance for escape.
Yeah. And if they do escape, we don't want them to destroy the world. So we're going to put the ones that are maybe not world destroyers in the minimum.
Maybe, because once again, we're not ranking these based on how much we like them or how cool they are. We're basically ranking them on how powerful
dangerous they are.
or dangerous they are.
Right.
So
Who's dropping them off?
that's the problem. So we had a very clear cut hero the last time of like, okay, Batman's going to take these guys to jail. Spider-Man's going to take these guys to jail. I can't think of a single time an X-Men has brought someone to jail.
Do they kill him?
Straight to jail.
Most of the time.
Do they kill him?
They try to. Knock him off a cliff, blow him up, knock rocks over him. That's kind of the way it works.
Cyclops is flying in the
Do you know what
jet
happens?
thing.
Do you know what happens? I think Professor Xavier beams them with his mind and zaps them, puts them in a little pink cloud, drops them.
Oh.
He can pick people up.
You can't tell. Oh, you can pick them up. I thought you meant like teleportation.
No,
It doesn't do that.
telekinesis.
Yeah, he can move them.
Between he and Jean, and maybe Rogue drops some people off. We can just
I think
figure it
any
out.
of the flying X-Men probably.
Yeah.
Like you got Jean Grey and Rogue and Professor Xavier beaming them over and dropping them off. So
Nightcrawler makes a few
team
appearances.
effort. Yeah,
Love it.
sure. Wolverine's walking them in, just punch them in the like the kidneys on the way in.
I'm just still thinking about what you said about Professor X, and I'm picturing Monsters Incorporated. She hooked me up with her mind powers and shook me like a dog.
Wait, Monsters Incorporated?
Yeah.
You call it Incorporated?
Monsters Incorporated is the name of the company.
Okay. Monsters Inc.?
It's who says Inc.
Everybody?
I know what it stands for. Why would I say anything?
Joel?
different?
I
You
say
call it
Monsters Inc.
Yeah.
Monsters Incorporated.
Baconsale.
But that's not what we're talking about. That's not what we're talking about today. What are we talking about today, Zach?
SR-71 Blackbirds.
All right. So let's get into this. We've got a long night ahead of us. Let's start figuring out where these villains are going to go.
Yeah. Who's first? What's that noise?
Wow.
The X-Jet. It's the X-Jet.
William Stryker has shown up. Oh, my goodness.
William Stryker. He made his first appearance in the comic of X-Men, God Loves, Man Kills, and that came out in 1982.
Yes, and he is a description of him. He's a minister and a former sergeant, and he hates mutants.
Yeah.
He's a guy.
Now, granted, we may go off the animated series as much as we can, but people may be more familiar with the movies.
Brian Cox.
Yes,
Brian Cox.
I think
He's
people
the good one.
I think most people are familiar with the movies.
The comics lore for each of these characters is vast.
Yes.
And honestly, in the animated series, it's not.
Yes.
And so we're going to go mostly maybe movie lore
Yeah,
here.
with definitely with some animated series
Sure, of
references
course,
because we grew up on that as well, Kent. Mm-hmm. And then Zach's going to go off on what our arguments are because I don't think he watched any of those.
I know who Stryker is.
So I'm looking at the rap sheet, and he's a renowned scientist and U.S. colonel whose son was born a mutant. And then he ran the Weapon X program, which created Sabretooth and Wolverine, and he uses his son's powers to wipe out mutant kind.
Yes. His abilities is genius level intellect, sophistication and wisdom, military training. He has possession of the forearm of the Sentinel Nimrod. So he has a piece of this
I hate that.
guy's forearm, or this robot's forearm.
Uh-huh.
Psychological warfare and manipulation. He was a preacher and a televangelist. But then
Tales of...
when he started to believe that God no longer supported his fight against mutants, Stryker and the Church of Human Potential turned to Satanism and dark magic rituals to achieve the power needed to
You're
destroy
going
mutant
deep
kind.
on this one.
Remember that from X2?
Now, Brian Cox is just straight up terrifying.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Brian Cox may deserve a tier 2 medium level security.
But just Brian Cox.
But just Brian Cox.
Yeah, not Stryker.
No, well, Stryker is very smart, and he's the main villain of X2, which is pretty freaking sweet.
But he's a dude.
He's a dude, and he can be harmed by stabbing.
Are we stabbing prisoners?
No, listen,
He gets stabbed
if
in
you
the
can
thing.
get cut by a knife, you're probably a minimum security.
Really?
Don't you think?
I would put Stryker in minimum.
I would put him in minimum as well.
Yeah. Minimum?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Probably the easiest decision we make tonight.
One day, someone will finish what I've started.
Who is the youngest Stryker? Is that the
Jason.
first class series Stryker?
Days of Future Past.
Days of Future Past?
Oh, yeah.
He stunk. Didn't like him. All right. Next we have
But Ken will add that in post.
Oh, okay. Toad.
Toad first appeared in X-Men number 4 back in March 1964.
There's not much to say about Toad. He's part of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. I love that that's the name of their group.
The Brotherhood.
We're the Evil Mutants, and he was treated cruelly by Magneto for his sniveling personality and general uselessness. His abilities are his prehensile tongue and acidic mucus.
Oh, that's not all, Kent.
Go on.
There's so much more to him. First of all, let's give a description. The original description is that he was like this hunchback mutant with superhuman leaping ability. Like he kind of looked Toad-like. As the comics went on, he got more and more powers. And he was, for all intents and purposes, Magneto's toady, like his little sidekick. That's where he got his name from. But his abilities also include expert kickboxer, mechanic, machinist, superhuman leg, superhuman agility, balance, endurance, leaping, psychoactive venom secretion, paralyzing mucus secretion, adhesive spit. And he can also expel strong gusts of air from his lungs.
How useful is he in the movies?
Well, I don't know. What happens to a toad when you strike it with lightning?
Same thing that happens to everything else.
I don't know.
In the movies.
Can we talk about... That's not that bad of a line, okay?
It's a bad line.
I agree with
It's
Zach.
dumb.
It's a
People
funny line.
only make fun of it because other
Why
people
is it
make
in
fun
a
of
movie?
It's the Nickelback of movie lines. Nobody actually hates it.
I do.
No.
By the way, Toad in the movies played by Ray Park, who is Darth Maul.
Yeah.
In fact, they give a little shout out in X-Men when he flips up the metal rod and he puts it behind him like a...
Yeah, but he's not cool in the movies at all.
Yes, he is.
His weaknesses are mental instability, depression, and bullying.
So are mine.
And you have acidic mucus as well. Toad, are you guys related? Sure, he has a long tongue, but I think he's also a minimum security prisoner.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I think he is such a lackey. This guy's not dangerous.
Adhesive saliva. That's scary enough.
That's the only thing. It's
His tongue is can go up to 25 feet in length.
Cool. I'm not worried about it.
You're not worried about this?
Nah.
He's not a free thinker, Joel.
He can't even break out with his tongue. It's not like he can pick locks.
He has psychoactive venom secretion and paralyzing mucus secretion.
Yeah, then I take a nap.
Paralyzing mucus secretion is going to melt the bars, Kent.
Is that a fact?
I think he belongs
Everybody
in medium
knows that.
security.
It's like fact.
I think medium security, I think he's going to cause some issues unless we put him at least behind some plexiglass.
Joel, I agree with you. Medium security. Kent, you are
Fine.
underselling the spitting
Do you
acid
know
stuff.
who's coming up on the list?
No.
Save all grand
And every
cells.
time you walk by Toad's cell, he'll say, "I'm sorry, Kent, the princess is in another castle." That's what he'll say.
Okay, it might have been a bad...
He's the best digger.
It might have been a bad delivery, but it's not a bad line.
It's a bad line.
Toad goes to medium security. Next we have Silver Samurai.
Now, there are actually two different Silver Samurai in the comics.
The first one, I'm going to go for this, guys.
Oh, boy.
Kenichiro Harada and Ichiro Yoshida. And I think it did okay.
Fine.
And
I'm not gonna say anything
the
otherwise.
first appearance was in Daredevil issue number 111 in July of 1974.
Mm-hmm. And then you have Shingen Yoshida, who was in September of 1982. He's a Japanese mutant who uses his powers to charge his katana, and he wears samurai-style armor made of a silvery metal.
Yeah. So, Zach, have you seen the Wolverine movie? The one in Japan?
In 2013.
Big, giant
The Wolverine.
samurai. The Wolverine.
Yeah. He's a big, powered exoskeleton made of adamantium in that movie.
His abilities are swordsmanship and tachyon field, which is like a cool force field.
Yeah.
I think
he's a martial artist, samurai.
I think I had this action figure when I was a kid.
Because it looks cool.
It's really cool.
But is he a cool villain?
I don't know that he's a cool villain, but the armor is sick. I really like it.
The story behind him is he's more of an organized crime boss rather than a supervillain. And he's very localized, and he holds grudges against certain people, but not against the world. I wouldn't want to face him, but I don't think he's daunting enough to put in anything further than a medium security prison.
I think he belongs in minimum security.
Minimum.
I
Oh,
think-
are you taking his armor away?
Because
Because the Masmune has souls in it.
But as a samurai, if I ask him to give me his word that he will not leave his cell, he will not. He's a man of honor.
He's a crime boss.
He's a crime boss, and I think
But he has an honor code.
he's appropriating his uniform.
He's learning everything he's
Which
doing.
incarnation are you talking about?
No.
I'll say this, though. If we do put him in security, Zach, I know you like the armor, but do not ask to wear it.
Oh, what does it do?
I just think I can imagine you doing that. Can I borrow your armor?
Can I borrow the armor?
Yeah.
If I can, he can get whatever he wants.
If I can play the sword.
If he's just a guy, and it's...
But is he just a guy?
if he's just a guy, and
He's a mutant.
Well, yeah, and he also extracts Wolverine's powers to become immortal as well.
How?
He does it in the Wolverine somehow, his blood or something.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He's feeling a little minimum to me.
Really?
A little bit.
We have so many.
If he has his
people.
equipment,
Okay,
take
fine.
it away from him.
Give it to him.
He's a little
Eventually.
minimum.
He's getting out quick.
Silver snap. They all.
He's good with metal. He's going to pick the locks.
Fine. I'll take minimum
We have
security.
laws.
Oh, you're just going to volunteer
I'll
for
volunteer
minimum?
for the easiest one,
No,
probably.
no. But what if the girls are there?
Oh, we'll wait.
Okay.
We don't have to separate every time. That was one time we got separated on the raft. We can all work together
Can we
here.
hold our hands like otters?
Like the X-Men were a team?
Yeah. A team of temps.
Team.
Silver Samurai goes to minimum security.
It's only this armor that's kept me alive.
Our next guest is Shadow King.
A.K.A. Amal Farouk.
You first appeared in Uncanny X-Men number 117 in 1979.
So he's actually not a mutant, and his origin is quite vague. He's more of a cosmic deity of
He's
sorts.
an entity.
He's Freddy Krueger without a body. Yeah, because except for he gets to occupy bodies to survive.
Like
and
Fisk?
if he doesn't occupy bodies, he'll kind of wither away. And so he kind of takes over in your dreams and takes over your mind in the real
He's
world.
an entity of the astral plane, which has existed since the dawn of humanity. An ethereal demon preferring to enslave the bodies of telepaths and psychics to use their capabilities to enslave others.
That's it.
That's it.
all. It's
That's
fine.
all. But he usually, when he inhabits a body, he's very greedy and hedonistic. He doesn't have a lot of self-control. So most of his telepathic hosts end up being quite obese.
In the cartoon, he takes over both in the new version and the old version. He likes to mess with Storm quite a bit because I think Storm is such a powerful mutant. He knows he can do a lot of damage with her. And he does like to take over mutants with stronger powers.
Yes.
So he can cause more damage. I think he's actually quite terrifying. He doesn't last long as a villain. He has very short arcs. But I think he's quite terrifying. Maybe we could put him in the corner of a prison and try not to fall asleep. I don't know. What do you guys recommend?
It's weird because you can't kill the Shadow King, but you can kill the host he's inhabiting.
But then he goes for you.
It takes him some time.
Sure.
It's not like kind of a, from what I understood.
I mean, unless we're getting fired in a couple days. Are we getting fired in a couple days?
By that description, it feels like he should be a maximum.
Yes, I agree.
I don't know. I think a medium security.
His plan is to take over the world by mind control.
But if there's no
tough.
telepaths nearby, seriously, he inhabits my body. What's he going to do?
Oh, no.
He's like, oh no, no one's home.
What if he's like, I'm going to have to go for the people that claim they're an empath.
My shoulder hurts.
So I don't know. Do we go tier 1? Can we get rid of a tier 1
I don't think
on the Shadow King?
Not on the Shadow King. We need
I feel like we can.
medium.
I feel like we've been playing it too safe, and he is dangerous.
I want to save those maximum security cells.
Use it. Zach, use it.
Chaos reigns. He's tier 1.
Oh, is that a mistake?
That's a mistake. You're going to see. We're going to get to the end, and you're going to want that
No,
slot.
No, I'm scared of this idea. I only feel bad because I've never heard of this character until today.
Yeah.
All right. Shadow King is in maximum security.
Will have my revenge.
Next up, we have Sentinels.
Mutants.
I should clarify. Are they dropping off like one Sentinel or like a group of Sentinels?
We're going to say 1.
Okay, we'll just do one.
Yeah.
Sentinel.
Yes, a Sentinel. And they first appeared in X-Men number 14 back in 1965. And they're robots.
Yeah.
They're about
They're
3 stories tall.
mutant hunting machines that were created by Boulevard Trask. Their abilities are immense strength. They can fly. They have built-in arsenals and great coordination. Not the same as me. And it's kind of, I think I like about Sentinels is like they're robots, right? Like it shouldn't be that scary, but every time they're there, the X-Men get scared.
Yeah, because they're...
Even though they're destructible, they're very destructible.
Yeah, you see like 4 of them die in the opening credits of the animated series, I
Right.
swear. But they also adapt to what's going on around them. So
Yeah.
like to whatever mutant, they can kind of adjust their attack.
It's true.
But I don't know if they'd be that big of a threat to us.
Do we have like a warehouse that we're making one lay down like Gulliver's Travels?
And we're like tying them down. Maybe.
I mean, we'd have to put off like an EMP
They're
or
3
something.
stories
right?
tall. These are big robots.
Yeah, they do have weaknesses though. Like I said, EMP, cold logic, apparently, magic, fire, and lightning. So kind of basic elements, and these guys can be taken out.
By the way, I found out that you can actually, in universe, you can buy Sentinels on the black market.
Oh.
Yeah. Apparently because of their high mass production, like when they start getting faulty, they kind of throw them away and people can buy them.
Okay.
So we can get our own Sentinel.
And also just, this is consistent of all the movies, but just wild inconsistencies between the movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I'd say the X-Men franchise is maybe the worst in having its own continuity broken constantly.
Oh, for sure.
Of any long-running franchise.
But if you remember Days of Future Past, like these are advanced Sentinels, but they're the ones that are actually killing all of the mutants in the future.
Yeah.
Pretty scary stuff.
It is, but
But if it's just one,
it's just one, and it's just us, and it's in prison, and we kind of just let it know, hey, mutants are all gone, buddy. He's not going to do much.
No mutants here. There's one right there. He's in jail, though. We're fine.
Yeah, we're fine.
I mean, but I got a weird mole on my leg, and he might think I'm a mutant. Yeah.
What if you have latent mutant powers you don't even know about yet?
Oh, that would be awesome.
He could sense it.
I know, but still. Okay, go be right back. I got to explore these powers.
So where are we putting a sense?
I think it's a tier 2. I think it's a medium security. I don't think you can put a giant robot in minimum. Mm-mm. There's no way he'd just bust out. He'd kick his way through the door.
That feels right.
I'm going to agree with you.
Yeah,
okay.
That feels right.
Yeah.
Because they're still dangerous. They're still scary.
Yeah.
Medium security, Sentinel.
Mutant.
Now we have Sebastian Shaw.
First appeared in the Uncanny X-Men number 129 in January 1980.
So there's a big backstory with Sebastian Shaw, but in the movie, Kevin Bacon,
Kevin Bacon.
He's a Nazi. And in the comics...
in the movie, Kevin Bacon plays a Nazi. Just want to be very clear.
Footloose, when Kevin Bacon was a Nazi.
I want to be very
and
clear.
And he comes to town. He comes to Lehigh.
Very clear that we're talking about actor here.
The jig. Anyways, but in the comics, he's born in Pittsburgh, and he formed the Heckfire Club.
You can say Hellfire Club.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
And he wants to recruit, like his goal is to recruit the most powerful mutants to his evil team. His abilities is he can absorb energy to use it as his own strength. And so it's really hard to beat him because any sort of blast going towards him, he can use to make himself stronger.
Yeah.
And he's great with hand-to-hand combat.
But he's also just a dude.
Okay.
Meaning if we put him in a cell and we don't shoot
But kind of nearly indestructible dude?
Yeah, but I mean, if we put him in a cell and don't shoot anything at him or throw anything at him, what's he going to do?
Okay. I'm going to go back to the Gulliver's Travels thing. I think it's something we try with every prisoner, like a Hannibal Lecter thing. If we don't exert force on this guy, if we just tie him down, he's a guy.
He's a guy.
He can't, like, if you keep him still, he cannot use his powers against you.
Checkmating his powers.
Yeah.
Or
very easy.
Okay, go on.
I also found out that he has a certain amount of energy he can absorb, and then he'll lose consciousness.
Okay.
So if he starts getting too much, we just hit him harder and harder and harder until he passes out.
Okay, so we'll take him to like a rave.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he'll, I'm sleepy.
Can we have Cyclops show up and just open his eyes at him?
Yeah. Blast him.
Just hang out there?
Yeah.
That's risky, guys. What are you doing?
No,
it's night one.
I know, but it's all night one.
You think Cyclops is going to agree to shoot this guy with optic blasts?
Yeah.
Just hang out for a while.
The biggest nerd of the X-Men is going to do that?
Yeah, we get along. He'll go for it.
Yeah?
Maybe. But I think Sebastian Shaw definitely belongs in a tier 3 out of the ones we've got so far.
Yeah, basic restraints.
Minimum security.
I think minimum security.
Okay.
Sebastian Shaw in minimum security.
We are the future of the human race.
Now we have the Scarlet Witch.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Wanda Maximoff, you mean?
Yes, first appeared in X-Men number 4 in March of 1964. And she's a powerful witch in a red outfit.
There's a couple different origins, but in the comics, she's Magneto's daughter. And throughout,
one of the times.
Right. Well, no, in
They
canon.
have flip-flop.
In canon,
so
she
they
is.
said, oh, she's a mutant. No, she was experimented on.
No, she's a mutant.
Magneto's daughter. No, that was all fake.
No, the movies messed it up because they didn't have rights. So she switches alliance a lot in the MCU, but she has the potential to be the most threatening villain in the Marvel universe.
Now, they've definitely...
Except for Doctor Strange 2, and she kind of wasn't good.
They've really kind of beefed up her powers a bit. Originally, her power was hex power.
Yeah.
That would cause random and unlikely things to happen. So, like bad luck. She'd throw bad luck around. Sometimes it would work in her favor. Sometimes it wouldn't.
You're selling her short because she also is multilingual and she has a horse rider's aptitude. No, truly, I'm kind of joking around because she works now in dark magic, illusion casting, time manipulation.
Yes.
In both WandaVision in the show
and
the House of M comic series, she changes reality itself.
Yes.
Yeah, she makes everyone think they're in a TV show or whatever.
I do think she has some weaknesses, though. That is energy manipulation logic, because she's a little unstable. In fact, I think her unstable mind is probably her biggest weakness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that power with an unstable mind, that's a rough combo.
It really is. Like, she could turn us inside out.
Could she, though?
With no bing bong either.
Could she?
Yeah, she could.
I don't know. I just feel like I'm having a hard time kind of rationalizing where her powers are based on where she was in the MCU, her comic origins, and everything in between.
I mean, if she's between you and prison bars, she's messing with your mind.
No,
she is changing.
I'm thinking
She's
medium
giving
security.
you the worst night of your life.
I'm thinking Max.
I don't know. There's so many more powerful people that I'm worried about.
Who's more powerful than her?
Are you just saying
have her hex power?
Are you saying because it's like
harnessing
they've recently tried to make her the biggest, baddest?
Yes.
And you feel like that's unfair to the rest of
I
everyone?
think they made her OP. O-power.
So you want to just a baseline average of all versions?
That's kind of where I'm landing. Is I'm like, she used to be just hex power, bad luck. Now she's like everything power can destroy. She's the only one who can destroy Thanos. And now it's like, well, where is she? And I think she's somewhere in between. Also, I think she can be reasoned with more than others. I don't think she's straight villain.
I mean, what does she do? Like adopt Zack and I?
Yes.
And then we'll be happy?
Yes.
I mean, I'm in.
Hey, you need a kid? I'll be your kid.
I'll be your child.
And I'll pretend to be her brother until I just make dumb jokes.
Mama, please stop. Mama, that's enough, Mama.
They don't know what you've been through.
She's Russian.
Mama, please stop.
There you go.
That is enough, Mama.
That's pretty good. You're multilingual too.
Zack the Scarlet
More of an
Witch.
accent than she had in the movie.
I lean towards tier 1. I think it's Maximum.
Maximum?
It's Maximum's in her name.
Wanda Maximum?
No, it's Maximoff.
Maximoff Prison is what she should be in.
All right. I say medium. Zach's, or Kent, you're saying maximum. Zach, what do you say?
I am only familiar with the MCU version.
And so are most people.
Really, and I'm bummed about that because I was actually rooting for the X-Men franchise to get her and not the
Right.
Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like she should be Maximum. This is
Okay.
a powerful person.
It's risky, but let's do
Magic.
it.
If it keeps her farther away from Kent, even better.
Oh, Kent's gonna take.
I'm going to go visit.
Don't do it.
She's giving me cool daydreams,
Don't. What?
but probably like like dreams where my teeth fall out and stuff like that.
Family friendly.
No, like bad dreams. I hate dreams where my teeth fall out.
Kent's new girlfriend. All right, Scarlet Witch is in maximum security.
You have exhausted my patience.
And now we have Sauron.
I see you.
Yo, my Sam. AKA Carl Lycos.
Yes.
Oh, that's his real name. That's
Yeah.
terrible.
Well, yeah. Because
Before he put on the helmet and everything.
his first
Carl.
appearance was
Carl
in
Lycos.
1969. He appeared in the X-Men number 60 and the X-Men number 59 as well.
Oh, he's awful.
So he was exploring Antarctica with his father, and they found a cave, and in there they were attacked by giant pteranodons in the cave in Antarctica.
Clearly.
And so it was the passage to the savage land, and he already had this mutant gene that he could suck the life force out of people, and then from that bite, he began to turn into a pteranodon.
A were-pterodactyl.
Weredactyl?
Were-pterodactyl. Were-pterodactyl. Yeah. Instead of a werewolf, he turns into a pterodactyl.
Do you have much recollection of this villain? There was like one arc, maybe two in the cartoon.
I think he had a high screechy voice, if I remember. I don't remember.
He does have superhuman strength, intelligence. His eyes are hypnotic. He has fire breath. And he, like I said, he can absorb life forces and power.
And razor sharp claws. He actually did, and his name's Sauron. The character is named, he names himself in the comic
right.
after
Big
J.R.
nerd.
Tolkien's villain.
Oh, really?
Sure.
Yeah. He does possess an MD and a PhD in genetics and physiology. Good
It's
for him.
basically Morbius, but with dinosaurs.
Kind of.
I'd watch that movie.
But he uses hypnosis. He can enslave people to do his bidding.
But he's behind prison bars. He's a pteranodon with shorts. What do we do with this guy? What do we do with Carl?
I think the pteranodon can be contained by bars.
Fire breath can go through bars. Razor sharp claws can go through bars.
Oh.
Razor sharp claws, they can scratch at
Hypnotic
bars.
eyes can go through bars. Let's put him in a medium security cell.
You know that's still going to happen in medium. That's not the most secure room ever.
I don't think he deserves to be.
I think we put him in 3.
You want him just behind bars, blowing fire at your face when you walk by?
No.
Weredactyl, it makes more sense for him to get a little extra protection.
Sure.
He's not even the pterodactyl the whole time.
Yeah.
So
Sometimes he's just a guy.
sometimes he's just Carl.
Medium. All right, Sauron is headed to medium security.
Sauron lives once more!
And now we have Sabretooth.
AKA Victor Creed.
First appeared on Iron Fist number 14 in 1977.
So he was abused and chained up by his father until he finally escaped and joined with the Weapon X project. He was given adamantium alongside Wolverine and blames Wolverine/Logan for his cursed fate.
So he's kind of like a more animal-like Wolverine.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't quite have the claws that stick out. He's like literally like
Fingernails.
claws.
Yeah.
Tiny claws.
He's got
tiny baby
superhuman
claws.
strength and
Yeah.
reflexes. He's regenerative and in his healing. He's a rough and tumble kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
What comes to mind first? What version of this character?
The one from the animated series for me.
Animated?
Yeah.
I like the Liev Schreiber. version
From
but
Origins.
it's not as animalistic. It is the weird costume cartoon. The costume creeps. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's just like a big muscle costume, and I don't care for it.
Is with furry.
Like a
Yeah.
badger
edges.
kind of a thing going on there.
But he's creepy. Yeah. It's pretty fun, and I like the arcs that he has with Wolverine. I think he's scary, he's intimidating, but he's not world-ending. I think he holds grudges, and not against us or the world.
But
I think it's against certain X-Men. Yes.
Kent,
Yeah.
he is also highly skilled at psychological manipulation and has demonstrated the ability to speak fluent German.
9. Wie kommst du in die Schule?
No, he's been trained by the CIA, Department H's Weapon X program,
Yeah.
the Foreigner, Hydra. He's got a lot of fighting training. And it says the exact limits of his strength are unknown, though he originally could crush an iron barbell with ease.
Oh.
He cannot be in minimum.
Yeah, he would pry the bars apart in minimum.
Yeah.
Though he doesn't have like mind control powers like a lot of the other ones, and that's good. Like
But
he's
if he
not
gets
going to
a
make
hold of-
us let him out,
But
right?
if you put that food tray in at the wrong time and he grabs hold of your wrist, Kent, you're gone.
What are you feeding Sabretooth?
Berries.
Berries, yeah.
Yeah.
Strict berry diet.
He seems like berries and twigs.
Yeah, I get it.
No protein.
No.
No?
No.
We want to be a little bit weaker?
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, we're giving everyone a juice diet?
Yes.
The plumbing better be working on Rikers.
It's in the East River. Isn't it?
Oh, yeah. The plumbing's a direct pipe. Okay, I'm good with that. I'm good with medium.
You go with medium?
Are we getting rid of all the mediums?
I don't know.
Well, that was our fourth of the medium.
Wow, okay.
Halfway through.
Sabretooth is set it to medium security.
You should have stayed out of my way, insect.
And now we have Pyro.
Who first appeared in the Uncanny X-Men number 141 in January 1981.
AKA St. John Allardyce.
Now, he is a
Australian. Just say Australian. He's an
a
Australian.
human-looking guy who has the
Ow.
ability to control fire, not create fire.
Indeed.
Manipulate fire.
He was recruited by Mystique to join the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. And yeah, his ability, like you said, was pyrokinesis, but he can't make it.
He does have a costume like an insulated costume where he has a built-in flamethrower, and so he can throw flames out with that and then manipulate where they go.
His weakness is water or guns. So
Well, and anything else that hurts a human.
anything else that hurts a human.
So I don't think
He's a guy.
Doesn't Joel have like arts and crafts time on his
that
area?
was on the raft.
Not here?
They don't let me do that here. I have to be much more strict.
Oh.
No one's burning like candles on any level?
Hey, Joel,
No.
you can bring him back. We'll allow it.
I got
Joel,
in
it's-
trouble last time. You guys,
It's graveyard shift.
this is a new prison. This is a new Joel, and I'm going to be very strict.
Okay, tell me
Slaps
this.
for
Tell me
everybody.
this.
Every prisoner gets
You
slapped when they
just
come
fed
in.
Sabretooth. Would you maybe make s'mores with pyro?
Well, that could be fun.
If you do that, he'll burn you
I've
up.
got to be strict.
If you give him a lighter, you're toast.
I'm not, but
Literally.
But I've got to be strict, and I'm not giving him any flames. I think he belongs in minimum security because as long as we don't get flames around him, he's good.
That's a big if.
We'll just have a hose, like a sprinkler, just spraying his cage the whole time.
Wait, why would there be a flame downstairs in minimum security prison?
Candles?
Oh, you're right.
They probably stink.
So our toilets have candles in them.
Do the berry diet.
Oh, no.
Heavens, this is taking a very weird turn.
All right, should we go minimum?
Minimum security
Okay.
is all right. Pyro is headed to our minimum security.
We're all making a terrible mistake.
Next, we have Omega Red.
Why'd you say it like that? I don't know.
Omega.
Omega Red.
So he first appeared in X-Men number 4 in January of 1992, which the numbering on that's always so weird to me that it's like X-Men number 4, but it came out in 92.
Yeah. Zach, could you look up Omega Red? And
I'm
tell
looking
me
at
his,
him right now.
Tell me his real name.
Oh, no. Omega Red is Arkady Grigorovich Rossovich.
Well
Nicely
done, sir.
done.
He was a serial killer from Russia that the KGB did a super soldier experiment on. So their own version of that.
Like Captain America.
Yeah, and instead of adamantium, his appendages are carbonarium.
I love that pasta.
Delicious.
Bacon,
Which is
butter.
Russia's attempt at adamantium, and he's also an energy vampire.
So instead of claws like Wolverine has,
Yeah.
he has tentacles. Little,
Made out of carbonara.
He's a corporate worker who
Carbonara
bums people out.
He has those in each arm, but he also can absorb life force, and he has poisonous pheromones.
Yeah. Is that okay?
He's just a rude guy at work swinging around pasta.
Deadly pasta.
Finer Things Club.
Energy vampire in carbonara.
His abilities, he has a keen
So wait,
intellect.
he kills the mood and he swings pasta noodles.
He's like really unproductive in a group activity.
Hey, Omega Red, how's your day? Horrible.
He also has the ability to secrete pheromones from his body, typically referred to as death spores, which is why we have those candles in the bathroom.
Look, he's doing that now.
But the death
have
spores-
dealt with some death spores at work.
Death spores result in the weakness or death of humans in his immediate vicinity.
Listen.
He can kill you with his spores.
Now listen, that is enough right there to be. I think he automatically is not in minimum.
No.
because of that.
I
That's
think
a
he
big deal.
belongs. I personally think he belongs in maximum, just because those.
What?
Because
Omega Red?
those
No,
carbonaridium. I can't say it.
Carbonara.
Yep, carbonadium tentacles are
Listen,
like Wolverine claws.
You've got gods.
Those are almost as strong
Joel,
as adamantium.
You've got gods coming up. You want to put a Russian in tier 1?
with adamantium claws.
No, carbonarium.
And death spores.
That's it. If you stay far away, he
Tentacles.
can't get you. Right? If you stay far away from the bars.
He's gonna whip the plexiglass. He's gonna whip it good.
I assume it's pretty good plexiglass if it's tier 2. He's not world ending. He's always been a lackey. He's always just like
He's
kind
gonna
of
get
been
out so
medium.
fast. Death spores.
Still bad breath. And that's what I'm getting from this. I think tier 2.
Maximum security.
Medium.
Death spores maximum.
What?
Thank you.
Maximum.
I don't want to die on the job.
Death spores.
How have we not died already?
That's a really
Is it
good point.
because we kind of let him out?
Hey, we do not see you as a threat of any kind. You're good. Omega Red is in maximum security.
You amuse me, so I will let you live a while longer.
And now we have Nimrod.
Somehow, a.k.a. Nicholas Hunter, even though he's a robot.
Yeah, he takes a human form sometimes.
Yes.
Is that a Green Day album?
So yes, he was from the Uncanny X-Men number 191 in March of 1985, and he is kind of a beefed up Sentinel.
Yeah.
Like he's a
An
Sentinel
advanced
Plus.
prototype of a Sentinel.
Yes, from the future, and he ended up coming here in the past.
He has far more abilities, like he can teleport, he can interface with computers.
Yes, energy projection, shape shifting, teleportation. He is the most advanced form of a Sentinel robot.
Yeah. Super scary.
Yes.
He can also duplicate his body, and he's always hated mutants, but now he hates humankind as well. So he can wipe any of us out. He doesn't care. One of his weaknesses, though, is if he creates too many of himself, and it's kind of like hive mind. Any that get hurt also hurts him in the process.
He also has a weakness for elemental attacks such as lightning or extreme cold. So he could just turn down the thermostat.
But if a Sentinel is tier 2, a Super Sentinel, the Super Sentinel, even
Nimrod.
though he has a horrible name, I think is maximum.
So, okay. So once again, I want to clarify this, that Nimrod originally, like in the Bible, it means mighty hunter. And that's
What happened then?
Bugs Bunny. Because Bugs Bunny
Really?
called Elmer Fudd Nimrod in a mocking tone. Like, what a Nimrod, meaning like, oh, what a mighty hunter. But then it became a derogatory term for an idiot, Nimrod.
What?
You learned something on Baconsale today.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no.
I'm going to call everyone a Nimrod.
I think they'll enjoy that. But yes, I agree. This is a maximum security pick
Yeah,
here.
he's dangerous.
Yeah, maximum, for sure. Nimrod is in maximum security.
What a dork. I mean, mighty hunter.
Requesting backup units.
Joel, what floor is Kent working on?
We're all working together. We're the Uncanny X.
Guys,
Where is Kent going to be?
guys,
for
I
the
need
next-
to step out for a little bit. I'm gonna go
This is
to the
bad.
basement.
Where is Kent going to be in the immediate future?
Anywhere away from this particular inmate.
Next up, we have Mystique.
So, first appeared in Miss Marvel, number 16 in 1978. Her natural appearance includes blue skin, red hair, and yellow eyes.
Can I call you Raven, Darkholm, or Mystique?
That is her original name. But she's a shapeshifter. She can mimic the appearance and voice of any person.
Indeed.
She can also she can shapeshift into like different clothing. She can be holding things. It's all very, all part of her body.
Now, her true origin has never really been revealed. She's hundreds of years old, most likely. She's traveled the world and picked up a lot of alliances, mostly all villainous along the way. She's like a great team partner, but never like a world ender on her own.
No.
But like a great second in command. And it's weird because the X-Men First Class movies, they kind of made her part of the X-Men with switching alliances. But I'm like, no, she's kind of just more bad than good.
Yeah, but I do like how she flip-flops.
Yeah.
But here's the other thing is she can kill you with her legs. She can jump on top of your head and snap your neck.
Is he on a top?
No, Kent.
No, that was Jean Grey.
What? What?
Oh yeah. Hey, it is.
You know what's funny is like because she can shapeshift. Like I'd be like, oh, she could become someone to seduce me, but Mystique just needs to be Mystique.
She just needs to be Rebecca Romaine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not Jennifer Lawrence.
Because Jennifer Lawrence throughout the movies got less and less like actually good makeup on. She just cared less about the role.
I'll tell you the thing that always got me in those movies is the bad wig line.
Oh, yeah.
It's like really bad.
In the newer ones.
In the new, the
Rebecca Romaine looked great.
Jennifer Lawrence I think she did a fine job playing the character,
Right.
but the wig was always distracting.
So I think obviously really nimble,
Yes.
like stronger than most people, but she can be hurt.
She can, but she is like, she's trained. She's an expert marksman. She's a skilled martial artist. She has agility and reflexes you don't even know.
Okay. What if I'm down there?
No.
Hey, I'm going to go see Mystique.
No.
Joel, I'll be right back.
You
and
can't go on your own.
No, hear me out.
You have to have a buddy.
I go down there and all of a sudden you're in the cell.
You're not going to fall for that, are you?
I probably will be like, Joel, what are you doing?
You just left me saying you were going down to check out Mystique, and you're going to fall for Mystique shape-shifting in the
And I'm like, Joel, where's Mystique? I wanted to flirt with her.
No.
And you're like, oh, yeah, I don't know. You should let me out. Let's go find her. I think she's upstairs with Zack.
No.
And I'm going to be like, let's go together. I just talked Mystique upstairs.
Overthinking this plan. You say
It's her plan. I just fell
I'm gonna
for
go
it.
downstairs and check out Mystique. You down there. Mystique, in her blueness, is standing there. And it's like, hey, can't let me out. Okay. That's the only plan that needs to happen.
Okay, that's it.
That's it.
He's not that gullible.
I'm not saying he's gullible. I'm saying he's seducible.
She's blue,
No.
She's so pretty.
I think she is one of our biggest flight risks.
Oh, okay. Go on.
But I don't know if she's a
Dangerous.
huge danger.
Okay.
So I'm
She'll escape, but she'll leave us alone. Is that what you're saying? Like, it's okay.
Yeah.
Like, oh, one
no,
got
she'll
away.
snap her neck on the way out. I'm pretty sure.
With her legs?
Kent,
Please, he says.
stop. I'm saying medium security for her.
Medium. Because she's going to get away anyways. Why don't you just put her in the minimum?
We can hold her in the medium. I don't think we can hold her in the minimum.
Because I can get through the bars in minimum. And so let's put her in the minimum.
You can get through the bars?
Yeah. They're pipe cleaners. You can just walk right through.
That was the raft.
Zach, what do you say? You're going to have to decide here. I think she's more minimum.
It's not about containing her. It's about containing Kent. Keeping
Are you
Kent
going to put me in
out.
prison?
No, you're on the other side of the glass.
I feel like I'm siding more with Joel on this one.
Okay.
I feel like
Medium.
we need to be a little bit more on our toes with her.
Because of Kent.
Yeah. I think Mystique goes to
she's
medium security.
All right. Okay. Can I still talk to her?
You can visit.
With the friend.
Can we give her like a
occasionally.
phone? We can flirt?
No, don't give her anything.
You can't phone a Mystique.
I didn't want you. Still sad for me.
Next, we have Morph.
Who first appeared in the animated X-Men series. He was not an original comic person.
Yeah.
October
weird.
1992.
Yeah. And he is, he's a shapeshifter.
Yeah.
Kind of like Mystique and a trickster.
So Morph was killed in the animated series, spoiler alert, in the second episode, but was brought back by Mr. Sinister to mess with the X-Men.
Spoiler alert again.
Yeah.
No, that was, they actually killed him off in like that second episode
Yeah.
of the X-Men, or even the first episode. It's very early on.
Right.
But they kill him off, and they did that specifically because they wanted to say, no, these are vulnerable superheroes. Not everyone's going to survive. But I don't think anyone else did die after.
So Morph is Mystique, but ugly
No,
and depressed.
Morph is Mystique without the training and the
Yeah.
abilities. He can shapeshift.
And that's
he
it.
can be funny.
And the X-Men outfit.
No, but he's just so mopey.
No, I just remember that annoying voice, like in the first episode.
Weaknesses, the common cold, sharp objects. I mean, he's lame.
And it's funny because they loosely based him on a character called the Changeling, and they couldn't get the rights to the name, so they just made him up. It's like, okay, it's Morph is his name now. A very 90s nickname,
Totally.
if I might say. But I don't think he's going
And
to
so this is the villainous version because in the cartoon, even in X-Men 97,
seen it
he's a good guy again.
Okay, he flip-flops.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's that big of a threat.
Yeah, not at all.
Physically, I don't think he's that big of a threat as a villain. Therefore, I'm giving him minimum security.
Minimum security.
When he changes into somebody else, he doesn't have their powers.
They tried to say he does
he's
in the
much
new
weaker.
cartoon, but
Do they?
clearly,
Really?
all of a sudden he'll be Silver Samurai, and it's like, no, you don't get swords now. You don't get that. But no,
No,
They're not as
strong.
The only problem we had is if Morph turned into Mystique and then got Kent to let him out.
dirty.
minimum security Morph.
Why did they abandon me? Why did they leave me to die?
Now we have Mojo.
First appeared in Long Shot number 3 in 1985.
What? Zach, think. Snot? Can I say that?
Sure.
On a robot spider wheelchair.
Oh, okay.
Mojo is one of the spineless ones, an alien race that is immobile without advanced technology.
And they're obsessed with television. He actually rose to power because of his control and his good production skills.
Yeah.
Because he could make like popular reality shows that were all about death. Think The Running Man.
They created him as an absurdist parody of network executives. So the more people that watched his programs, the more powerful he became.
Rupert Murdoch.
Kind of.
Honestly, probably.
Yeah.
Even though X-Men was owned by Fox at the time.
Yeah, that was some animator going,
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. His race, the whole race, Mojo's race, they are just kind of blobs. And then they had these exoskeletons help them move around.
In his abilities, it says brute strength. Do you think that comes from the technology that he has?
Yeah, because I think he has superhuman physical attributes and some mystical powers, but I think most of that comes from the technology they use.
I think he's mostly just a nuisance. Honestly, like he kidnaps a lot of the heroes. He's cruel to animals, and he makes snuff films.
Wow.
Right? Like, I think low batteries are a weakness or faulty tech. I think that's it.
He does have a multi-legged flying platform that is armed with various particle beam weapons and a large artificial appendage that can be used as an arm or slicing weapon.
If we immobilize his spider carriage, he's spineless.
How are we going to do that?
He's sludge.
That was
You took away Silver Samurai's whole armor.
No, I didn't. Zach was borrowing it.
I'm wearing it right now. Look how good it looks on me.
Can I ride the spider carriage?
Okay.
I'm a shiny samurai.
I think that's what we do, because we're saying all these villains are coming in unconscious at first. We're not fighting them getting in.
Yeah.
So once he's unconscious, I think Kent's going to take the little platform he walks around on.
It's going to be real dangerous, by the way.
We're going to be sitting there having lunch. All of a sudden, Kent's going to buy
spider chair, spider chair.
Hey, Kent, come see my katana.
We're dangerous.
Why are you stealing all their stuff?
Oh,
what
Joel,
do I have?
Just wait, you'll get your turn.
I don't know if I want any of these things.
So what have we decided?
Minimum.
Okay.
He's not going to be too big.
Minimum security Mojo.
If we make movies and TV, he'll be pretty good at giving us advice.
No, but the more people that like his stuff, the stronger his magical powers become. We have to tell people not to watch it.
All right, Mojo, we want to make a movie about like a group of temps.
Like Disney Plus.
A Disney Plus show about a bunch of temps.
His power is weakening.
Well, I should have known better than to try to help out some ungrateful amateur act from a dirtbag dimension like yours.
Oh boy! Now we have Mr. Sinister,
aka Dr. Nathaniel Essex.
First mentioned in 1986, first seen in silhouette in 1987, and first full appearance in the Uncanny X-Men number 221 in 1987.
So he was a scientist that did experiments on mutants to find a cure for his wife's terminal disease, and this was 200 years ago.
Yeah.
Right? It was a while ago.
Yeah, it was like early 1900s or 1800s.
He injected himself with a serum that turned his skin snow white and gave him regenerative abilities.
Yeah, picture like a vampire-looking guy, like wearing a Mistborn cloak. Like it's kind of...
He's a bit extra.
He is.
He's kind of a theater kid.
His vibe is pretty cool, though.
He's got a pretty good vibe.
But hold on. He's a doctor, and then he got called Mr.? That's a downgrade.
Oh,
well, his wife,
Dr. Sinister.
His wife, on her dying breath, called him Sinister, and he took that very hard. So I think he maybe
and he didn't get a degree in sinistering.
His abilities include shapeshifting.
Yeah, he only has a bachelor in Sinister.
Shapeshifting, longevity, precognition, expert genetic manipulator, and he's a surgeon. He's a very good surgeon.
Charisma. He's got the riz.
I remember him, and this is the weird part, Ken. In my mind, I remember him being very evil in the X-Men animated series. Mm-hmm. But as I was reading through his history and everything, I was kind of like, it doesn't seem that threatening.
Well, here's what he does. I think he's evil because it's personal. It's not like he's like, I'm going to destroy the planet. He's like, you know who I'm going to kidnap today? This married couple, and I'll do experiments on them. Yikes. So it's more like a Saw movie,
You're
honestly.
saying that's okay, Kent?
No, I'm saying it's not as like cosmic. It's more personal. Right? Like it would be scary to be kidnapped by Mr. Sinister because then you're on a surgical table and that's really scary. Mm-hmm. That said, he has been defeated by Scott Summers, a Cyclops with the optic blast. Like he can
we don't have.
He can be hurt even though he can regenerate soon after. I think he is medium.
You think medium?
I think his mind is tier 1. I think his powers are tier 2.
I put him in minimum security.
Minimum.
I just don't see the threat. He's
telepathy.
He's a
shape-shifting.
6 of the 8
and
minimum.
Energy blast. He has energy blasts.
He's a pale vampire with ribbons for a cape.
Spores. Tier 1.
Death spores.
He has energy blasts.
I think minimum.
And he's a genius. No way. If he gets out, he's doing experiments on us.
They're all getting out.
I mean, true, but Mr. Sinister is not minimum.
Medium.
Yeah, he's medium.
It's medium. Also,
he's scary.
Side note, I need him to be played live action by Keanu Reeves right now.
Ooh.
Really?
I can see that.
There's a couple versions I've seen in the Immortal X-Men that look like Keanu Reeves as John Wick.
Okay.
I'm in. All right, Mr. Sinister is medium security.
I should have let you die.
Have we got rid of all of our medium yet?
We have 2 remaining of medium, 2 remaining of minimum, and 4 remaining of maximum.
Do you like we're scared?
We're scared. We're scared of what could be happening.
Because what's next?
Let's just make sure we keep... Who's on the top floor? We're all doing it together? Let's just keep whatever the maximum is.
Because we don't have powers, by the way.
Let's keep that
Yet.
warm while you explain our next guest.
A lot of latent mutant powers appear when people are really stressed out. So maybe we'll get mutant powers.
Welcome, Magneto.
AKA Eric Lencher.
First appeared in X-Men #1, September 1963.
So he's born in the 1920s, was a prisoner in the concentration camp. He hates humanity and wants revenge. So he's 100 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not supposed to be, but that's when the comics were made.
Right.
Yeah.
It made a lot more sense a long time ago.
And he can generate and control magnetic fields, which means he can manipulate metal. Now, he also can do astral projection. He has a psychic shield. His helmet shields him from psychic power.
Blood manipulation.
Genius intelligence.
Yeah.
And I think Kent and Zach maybe. I'm thinking maximum of this one simply because of the one scene in X-Men when they put him in this plastic cell. And
and you're like, he's defeated.
And it's all that. And then...
Too much iron in your blood.
Yeah, he says, there's something different about you. And it's because Mystique had injected this guy with just a little bit of
guard.
metal. The guard who comes in with no metal on him.
That was quite as a big syringe.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll go in with iron deficiencies. Maybe that's how we're going to work.
But that moment when he's able to
Generally
manipulate
there.
metal inside someone's body terrified me.
It's awful.
That's an amazing
That is
scene.
An outstanding
Okay.
scene where it like
So
all
he
comes out of
needs
his
somebody
veins.
But literally, what if we have a giant mason jar without the metal lid? Or what if we
Tupperware.
have
It's a giant Tupperware.
or a wooden box? Because wood is a weakness for him.
Dead Sea Tupperware. Still good.
Like, can we give him a Tupperware maximum security cell?
I think he has to have a specialized cell. Otherwise, we're in big trouble.
Yes, he has to be because guess what's on minimum? Metal bars.
Yeah.
Wait, can we poke holes at least in the Tupperware so he can breathe?
Of course.
Yeah, like was he a
it's like-
gerbil?
it's plastic and
Or he's a
plastic
lizard
and
that you
wood.
bring back from St. George?
Plastic and wood, I think, would be just
He's
fine.
dead.
I found this out, by the way. He can actually turn himself invisible by warping the visible light around his body.
Wood?
I know that. Yeah.
With what? Like glue?
Wood screws, wood.
Yeah.
Wood
Screws or metal?
Wood screws.
Wooden screws?
Yes, wooden screws.
How effective is that?
It worked in the tabernacle.
Wow.
Was anybody
So-
trying to break out or?
Nah, I don't know.
Do you think Magneto would be mad at us? Do you think he'd just like calmly talk to us and try to get us to let him out? Because he is very civil. Other than the fact that he wants to destroy all humanity.
I think he'd be very angry if we...
You think he'd be angry?
He'd be
He's
angry
a cool
at us.
guy.
If us idiots were running his cell, he'd be angry at us.
I don't want to work in a prison that doesn't put Magneto in maximum security.
Because, by the way, prison, all the cells around us, metal.
Yeah.
Get my suit, my samurai suit.
Oh no,
Metal.
I'm still
my
good.
spider carriage.
Yeah. I guess I'll give him his meals and play some chess with him.
Oh, what are you going to feed him?
Food.
And what kind of food? Better make sure there's
Mushy
no metal in
peas.
it. I'm worried about that.
He's
From
older.
a can? From a can?
No, I'm serving it up in plastic. You worry
Like a plastic
about
baggie?
your people.
Do you have plasticware? You better have plasticware on hand.
Plasticware.
Are there
You.
any X-Men villains that work in microplastics?
There should
They
be.
would be making just a heyday.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I think we're all agreed. He's going
He's
maximum.
maximum. Absolutely.
The brave are always the first to die.
Next up is Lady Deathstrike.
AKA Yuriko Oyama.
First appeared in Alpha Flight number 33, 1986. She's a woman with very long and sharp fingernails. In fact, 12-inch adamantium fingernails. Sharp fingernails.
Very, very cool at X2.
Yeah, very, very cool.
For the moment that she's there.
She makes an impact.
It's a good moment.
It's a good moment. She thought Wolverine stole her father's technology with his adamantium skeleton and wanted to equal his powers.
Her father, Lord Darkwind?
Yes, thank you.
What?
He was making spores. And then she got an alien to give her adamantium powers with magic. So she got him a different way, but still has adamantium powers.
In some versions, she's actually more cyborg than human, too.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the movie, she is just a woman with these long nails, but in the comics, she's varied in how much biological versus cybernetic components there are.
I looked up her hobbies: attempted murder, hate crimes, stalking, and murder. I do think she's malicious. I think she's scary, but she gets too focused on grudges, like taking out Wolverine, and kind of forgets about everything else. Right? Like, I think she would pick on one of us, maybe. But even if she got out, I don't think that she's that much of a danger. She's never been like a primary antagonist in the series. I think she's a lackey.
You don't think she belongs in you think she's going on minimum?
She's definitely not maximum. I'm trying to decide whether it's medium or minimum. I think she'll get out. She has adamantium, so she'll get out a minimum. I think maybe we have to give her medium.
I'll agree. I'll agree with medium on that.
Can I go see her though? Can I go hang out?
No, you're not allowed on that.
Make some shish kebabs.
You're not allowed
on her,
the female
on her
wing of the prison.
She can make shish kebabs.
For Magneto?
Can you imagine they'll has those claws out there and they just got like mushrooms and zucchini.
Oh yeah.
Yummy.
Yeah.
She's cool. Can we invite her to a barbecue?
Her name is Lady Deathstrike.
Where do we put Pyro? Can he cook them?
Yeah, give him a flame.
You guys, the new responsible prison guard Joel says no.
But what if
Joel, hear me out. What if you got an adamantium skeleton out of it?
I don't want an adamantium
What
skeleton.
if you got noodle arms?
Do you know how what?
Carbonara?
Carbonara arms. No, I'm just telling you guys, we're going to follow the rules. I'm going to keep this job this time.
Oh, you want us to get fired? You can stay?
No, I want all of us to keep the job. I like working with you guys.
By the way, Zach, have you been paid yet?
No.
Joel?
Yeah.
I did get a plate of carbonara. Does that count as a benefit?
Yeah, worth it.
All right, Lady Deathstrike is in medium security.
I will have your skeleton as a trophy.
Now we have the Juggernaut,
a.k.a. Kane Marco.
First appeared in X-Men number 12 in 1965.
He's the older stepbrother of Charles Xavier, and he always resented Charles because of the preferential treatment that he got, and then he became a bully and never quite grew out of it.
You say Xavier, Professor X. Let's
Yeah, okay. I said call him Charles, first name basis.
Monsters Incorporated.
He's a giant hulk of a man with metal armor and a dome-shaped helmet that helps protect him from psychic attacks. He has superhuman strength, stamina, durability, speed, regeneration, unstoppable momentum. If he starts moving, you can't stop him.
Immunity to all earthly toxins, poisons, and diseases. Except if he gets kind of stuck in the floor for a little bit.
That happens.
And he has bad language sometimes. That's not good.
Wolverine has described Juggernaut as the, quote, the closest thing on Earth to an irresistible force.
Yeah, he can lift 100 tons. He's kind of a numbskull. Is numbskull a compliment or an insult? We clarified Nimrod. Is numbskull okay?
I think it's okay to be an insult.
Yeah. I think he's dangerous, but is he like world-ending dangerous?
If he gets moving, he is out of that cell.
Okay,
this would have to be a very...
Hear me out. Tiny cell?
We can give him the tiniest cell.
Tiny cell.
But do we have tiny cells in minimum, or do we got to have him a medium? Because he is...
If we give a medium, we're getting rid of all of our medium choices.
He is also able to survive without food, water, or oxygen.
You just got to keep him still.
So just put him in a tiny room?
Yeah.
Medium.
You think so?
Medium, tiny room.
Yep.
Okay. I'm good with that.
Medium, tiny room, Juggernaut.
Don't you know who I am? I'm the Juggernaut!
I think he's still getting out, and I think we're still dead.
Everyone's getting out.
Don't say it like it's a fire cell.
Joel?
Everyone's getting out.
Joel is
literally, that's the signs we have all over here. Welcome to Riker's Island. Everyone's getting out.
Because of rehabilitation, probably.
Probably.
Yeah. Hey, Kent, will you run down to the gas station far away from here?
What do you need?
Anything that gets you away for a long time.
I know you like 80% goji strawberry, goji berry,
Mountain Dew,
and then some Code Red.
Flash of Code Red.
Joel, do you need anything?
Yes, if you could go, we're in New York, right?
Yeah, there's Mavericks in New York.
Can you go to California?
California. Okay,
Yes.
I'll be right back.
Okay,
I'm going to get on the X-Jet. I'll be right back. You guys good?
Be gone for a while.
Take as long as you want, because who we got coming,
Do you want
Zach?
soup? Do you want soup?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be back.
Okay, bye-bye.
Best soup is in Alaska. Hey, Zach, who do we got?
Emma Frost.
Emma Frost.
Emma Frost is here.
Yeah, she's from Uncanny X-Men number 129, 1980, and she is blonde, beautiful, and cold. Her mutation grants her high-level telepathic abilities and the power to turn into organic diamond. She is a beautiful woman with telepathic abilities who can turn herself into a diamond. And she intentionally wears seductive clothing to throw men off guard.
Kent.
That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
So why don't we put her in like maximum security right now before Kent gets...
Dang it. No, he's back. No.
Guys, I'm 18 miles away. I'm flying out, but she can project her thoughts into the minds of others within 20 miles. So I'm coming back. Are we good at that?
Oh, no.
Apparently pretty
20
manipulative,
miles?
too.
She also has powers of pain inducement and power inhibition and memory wiping. When she does turn into her diamond form, which is like she can do that as a protection, like if the mountain's falling out, she turns into a diamond, she's fine.
Except.
But when she does that, it limits her psychic abilities.
And if you hit her in the right spot,
yes,
if you crack the diamond.
It says if you shoot her with like a diamond bullet when she's in diamond form, she will shatter.
She doesn't really have any combat skill.
What?
I mean, the one scene in First Class, she got like wrapped up by the bed really fast.
It says in her abilities, skilled hand-to-hand combatant.
Come on.
Skilled.
Come on.
By the way, she was inspired
70 pounds diamond form, maybe.
by the actress Diana Rigg.
Oh.
Zach, you know her.
Yes, I do. She's Tracy Bond.
And she was Emma Peel in the TV show The Avengers, and they based her character off of an episode of that.
As January Jones? No, I do not like
I thought January Jones did a great job of playing a cold, unfeeling woman.
Wait, in Mad Men?
January Jones.
Yeah.
Did not do very
And here's the thing. She switches allegiances in the comics all the time. In fact, she actually leads the X-Men at a point and is in a relationship with Scott Summers. I think she's not so bad.
I'm sure
with bad influence. Listen, she's not so bad. With bad influences, yeah, she's evil. But she also is kind of just self-serving. And I don't think she's really trying to hurt us or anyone else. She just likes a little bit of power. And I think... I would like to recommend her, and thanks for welcoming me back. By the way, there's a hole in the side of this prison that I just walked right through.
Everybody's getting out.
Everyone's getting in, apparently, too.
Where'd the Juggernaut go?
Yeah. Oh, it was a Juggernaut-size hole, actually. So I think this is tier 3. I think it's minimum.
Minimum?
Yeah.
Dude, I think she is dangerous. On a number of levels, I think she's dangerous.
I think we're just out of medium.
She's defense, not offense. So I think
she
minimum.
gets taken down so fast in First Class.
Yeah.
Like, really, by a bed frame.
But you look at her powers in the comics, and she is very, very powerful. I would actually recommend maximum security.
No.
I'm looking at the list ahead and thinking maybe minimum's a better idea.
Listen, if she gets out,
this is a mistake. If she gets out,
super cool.
Kind of not the end of the world.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Maybe the beginning of mine.
I think she's influencing Ken's brain right now.
Don't you dare close your eyes.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm processing minimum security.
Sweet. My white queen.
Seriously?
Yeah.
All right.
We watch Game of Thrones together sometimes.
No.
I bring a little VCR TV down there. I'm like, hey, you want to watch Game of Thrones? It's pretty cool. She was really disappointed by the ending. I can't even tell you.
Listen, Kent, this next guest is right up your alley, but I'm not really afraid of you being around this person. This is Dark Phoenix.
Oh, I've dated her. Yeah, no. Don't even go there. Red flag, guys.
Yeah.
AKA Jean Grey.
Yeah, first appeared in the Uncanny X-Men number 101 in 1976. Now, Dark Phoenix is weird because it is the Phoenix Force inside Jean Grey.
So Jean Grey,
possessing Jean Grey.
She's an X-Men. She was an original member of the team, but while on a mission, the team was caught in a solar storm in their ship, and she was using her powers to protect the team, but the Phoenix Force from space took over while she was weak and corrupted her, and that became the biggest, most well-known arc of X-Men.
And the Phoenix Force is a creation of the universe that was born in the void between the states of being. It is the nexus of all psionic energy of the past, present, and future in all realities of the multiverse.
Jean,
how does she feel about Game of Thrones?
You know, she doesn't have the time for it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Now when Jean
Parks and Rec, though, she loves it.
When Jean is empowered by the Phoenix Force, she has total kinetic control of matter at the molecular level. She can manipulate atomic structures on a universal scale. She can just basically do whatever. It's a scary thing.
Didn't she win a bracket once upon a time?
She did, because she is a very, very powerful foe. And honestly, I'm going back to our slogan here. Everybody's getting out. Why are we even trying to control Jean Grey?
Are you saying, so for all the credit we gave to Scarlet Witch, you're saying that is more deserving?
Yes.
With Dark Phoenix?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. I think they're trying to make Scarlet Witch into a Dark Phoenix type character.
Okay, yeah.
Which is a little bothersome to me.
You cannot say that Scarlet Witch needs to be in maximum and not say that Dark Phoenix should not be in maximum.
Did we put Scarlet Witch in maximum?
We did.
What if she's Jean and she's trying to convince us that everything's okay?
Nope. It's in there.
Yeah.
Even Jean Grey is insanely powerful.
Yeah, her jumpsuit is weird in the cartoon. I don't care for it.
It is weird.
Fashion-wise, strange.
She is probably one of the most powerful villains in this entire thing.
Yeah.
Let's at least delay her by a half hour by putting her in a cage.
I agree.
You know?
Wait, can we put her in like a swimming pool? Can you become a fire phoenix in a swimming pool?
We're gonna put her in like suspended
or
ice
Jello
with posters of Scott everywhere.
Yeah, because Scott is the one that kind of brings her back.
Yes, her love for Scott Summers. Her love for Scott Summers is what saved a lot of people.
That's so cute.
Because she disintegrated herself.
Zach has glasses. He could be Cyclops.
He's Scott.
Hi, I'm Scott Summers.
He's dead.
All right, Dark Phoenix is in maximum security.
The conceit of you humans! The arrogance!
Now we have Cassandra Nova.
Who?
Uh-huh.
You mean Cassandra Nova Xavier?
Oh,
now here's a weird story for you. Well,
Yeah,
let's start with, she first appeared in July 2001 in new X-Men number 114.
One of the newer characters here.
Now, she is the twin sister of X-Men founder Professor X.
Why have we never heard about this?
Well, it's...
Because it's a bad storyline.
It's weird. They were in the womb together.
Oh, okay.
But
cute.
She was not... she was not fully formed in the womb, but then she started psychically forming herself in the womb, this entity. And this Mumudrai, I think is how you say it. It's a parasitic life form.
Okay.
It's a bodiless life form on the astral plane. It got in the womb with Professor Xavier. It started forming itself. It formed itself into little hands, and it started to strangle Professor Xavier in the womb, and then he used his mind powers to then obliterate his twin in the womb.
Yeah.
And then...
But then kind of became like this weird parasitic sort of astral power to the point that she did eventually get a body and powers.
Yes, she can create her own corporeal form.
And she is the villain, by the way, in a new X-Men movie.
But she has telepathic abilities just like Charles. And she did... she's most famous for commanding an army of sentinels to massacre 16 million mutants on the mutant homeland of Genosha.
Oh no, Anne Hathaway.
Oh no,
that's Genesis.
Is
Genosis?
Come with me if you want to live.
That whole joke again.
Yeah, we did this at dinner.
Yeah, she's a scary mutant. She's basically like an evil Professor X.
And I think that's the danger here, because you never really see the real powers of Professor X because he's just kind. And he whines a lot. This is an evil version of that. And she uses her powers a lot. And from Deadpool and Wolverine, she's able to, and she does have to get her hands on you, but stick her hands through your skull and dig into your brain and mess with you. It is messed up. This is maximum security all the way.
She has telepathy, telekinesis, DNA duplication, spontaneous cell regeneration, intangibility, cosmic fire and infernal control, and immunity to magic and mimicry.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm agreeing. This is a tier 1. She's one of those villains that I didn't know much about, but she kept popping up on lists of best X-Men villains or scariest X-Men villains. So I think, this is going to be an X-Men.
Yep. Zach, how many do we have left?
We have 1 maximum space, 1 minimum space.
Okay.
So I'm going to need you to make a real good case why the Blob is going to be in minimum.
AKA
the Blob.
Frederick J. Dukes.
He came out first in X-Men number 3 in January 1964, and he's a morbidly obese circus freak. That's where he started out.
Yeah.
And his whole act was, you can't move me. If I plant my feet, if I stand strong, no one can move me. And they couldn't. That's his mutant ability.
He has great strength, stamina, and endurance. His skin is difficult to penetrate by bullets and missiles.
You guys, I just got it.
Go on.
My mutant power. I just gained the ability. My mutant power. I can tell when people are going to have hiccups. I'm amazed by this.
Wait, you just got that?
I just got that. It's a stressful situation, and my mutant powers, my latent powers, just appeared, and that's my power.
That was a sentinel.
He sensed me.
This is fun.
But there you go. I just realized my mutant power, guys.
Wow, lucky.
Yeah, I know.
We had to get tech.
Yeah, but I got mutant powers.
You can.
We've been playing around with the gear this whole time, and Joel got powers.
Listen, the Blob is a lackey at best. He's annoying. He gets in the way. He's never been a major threat.
They actually tried to get him on the X-Men. Like Professor Xavier recruited him and said, hey, come work for us.
No one got along with him.
He was a bully. And then he just said, I'm better than all you, and ran away.
Yeah.
But his elastic, blubbery skin, as it says here, is difficult to penetrate by gunfire, missiles, and even Wolverine's claws.
Except for attacks to the eyes, nose, and mouth. He's very susceptible to attacks there, and a copious amount of alcohol.
Yes, although it takes a lot.
It would take a lot
to get this guy drunk.
Still works.
Yeah. But no, I think Blob is one of those that I definitely think would belong in minimum security. His power is just that he can stand his ground. So as long as we get him in there, he could probably stick in there.
All right, the Blob goes into minimum security.
Nothing moves the Blob.
All right, the X-Jet is here. It's dropping off. The final
X-Jet is, because this seems like a big guy.
Yeah. Next, we have Peepers.
What?
Originally a member of Magneto's Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. Created in 1977. It's Apocalypse. This is Apocalypse.
Like, why are you talking about Peepers?
A.K.A. Ensabanur.
Yes, he first appeared in X Factor number 5 in June 1986.
He was born in 3000 BC Egypt and was abandoned as an infant due to his appearance. He was rejected by a woman he fell in love with later in his life, not as a child. So he traveled the world to conquer the world. He was successful, but decided to fall asleep for a century. So he hibernated, basically saying, when I wake up, I'll conquer the world.
Yeah, and that's what he does. Is he goes around to different civilizations, convinces them he's a god, and then convinces them to go to war.
Yeah.
Kind of what he does. He is gray skin, blue lips, usually wears a lot of armor. Genius level intellect, biomorphing is what his main ability is. He can morph into large or small or, anything. Agility, reflexes, resilience, dexterity. The guy's got everything. Got everything.
I mean, the threats he's done, his hobbies are mass murder, world domination, crimes against humanity. His weakness is probably his children, which he considers the Knights of Apocalypse.
Yes.
Those are his children. And so if they're in danger, he doesn't care for that. And also Magneto has actually torn him apart in the comics.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's happened before.
An interesting thing between Magneto and Apocalypse is that Magneto is very much pro-mutant. He's like, if you're a mutant, you deserve to live. If you're a human, you probably don't deserve to live among us. Whereas Apocalypse is survival of the fittest. If you're a weak mutant, you don't deserve to live among strong mutants.
Yeah.
It's a scary thought. And he was created because they wanted kind of bigger than life. They were tired of dipping in the well of Magneto over and over again. So they came up with this character who is quite intimidating. Maybe not as much in X-Men Apocalypse with Oscar Isaac.
Right.
Which, Oscar Isaac's a good actor, but it just wasn't that great of a movie.
Wasn't it.
But he's kind of immortal in the sense of he does go rest for a while. Yeah. He has his 4 horsemen as well, which is kind of a problem if they find out where he is.
Totally.
So he's definitely getting out of this prison.
Is he going to destroy the world? Are we dead? Right? Can we just leave an open door for him just to say, hey, don't hurt us?
No, we have our principles. We have our motto. Everyone's getting out. We also have our principles. We got to put him in first. They're counting on us to delay him for that 5 minutes. But he is definitely, I'm glad we saved a tear for him in maximum security because that's where he belongs.
I will purge the earth of these benighted humans.
Oh, no. I'm getting mutant abilities.
Because you're stressed out?
Guys, I realize I knew this all along. I'm really good at creating resumes.
Wow.
Really good. Why do you think we've got so many jobs?
That's pretty impressive.
Should have known this.
They say mutant powers are so random, but it just makes sense.
It does, right?
Hey, guys.
Hey, Zach, how's it going over there? It's the end of the show. Do you have powers, too?
I had my power the whole time.
It's a new wild card that Joel came up with 2 rounds ago.
I have my power this whole time.
What is it?
I just collect bad guys' outfits. They're just drawn to me.
Hey, but you look really good in them.
Look out, some silver samurai.
Still?
I don't want to change out of this one. It's stuck on me.
Once a bad guy's outfit gets on him, you cannot get it off.
He's so handsome.
Yeah. So, all right, Zach, you want to run through what things are like here at Riker's Island?
In our minimum security, William Stryker, Silver Samurai, Sebastian Shaw, Pyro, Morph, Mojo, Emma Frost, and the Blob.
I think Emma Frost is going to be the kind of the odd man out there. She seems so more
possibly
so much more powered than the others.
If I could rearrange it, I think I'd probably look at moving her first.
Yeah.
And then
I'm sure you would.
Then in the medium security, we have Toad, the Sentinels, Sauron, Sabretooth, Mystique, Mr. Sinister, Lady Deathstrike, and Juggernaut.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm okay with most
yeah,
of
I
those.
like this. Yeah.
It wouldn't move anyone down to put Emma Frost up.
I'd move probably Sauron down to move him.
Yeah.
Well, no,
good
no,
call.
No. He had the fire breath. What was the second one you said?
Sentinels?
No.
Toad?
Yeah,
Maybe-
Toad. He's
maybe
lame.
Toad.
Maybe Toad.
Maybe
for,
Toad.
lame.
You would swap Toad for Emma Frost?
Maybe, but he's awake now, so I don't want him jumping on me.
But
And then finally we have, in maximum security, Shadow King, Scarlet Witch, Omega Red, Nimrod, Magneto, Dark Phoenix, Cassandra, Nova, and Apocalypse.
Omega Red doesn't belong.
You don't think so?
No.
Who'd you swap out?
Who'd you bump up?
I mean, even Juggernaut for Omega Red. I would.
Just keep him still.
Death spores.
Death.
It's again the Death Spores.
So there you go. There are our choices for the most dangerous and the least dangerous X-Men villains. We want to know, though, if you agree with our decisions. If you were running this prison, and if you were in charge of putting these prisoners into cells of 8 maximum securities, 8 minimum securities, and 8 medium securities, flip that order, but you know what I mean. Let us know which ones you do. And hey, let us know what your mutant powers would end up being, because we've had some very interesting revelations. But let us know on Facebook, let us know on Instagram, let us know on Twitter. We like to hear from you.
But before we go, we want to thank some patrons. So from the I Am the Listener category, we have Taylor Sanderson, Some Guy, Sir and Madam Hicks, Scott, Christopher Cross is so sad you got rid of sailing, # Yacht Rock, Sprague, Ryan and Marley, Rocky and Steph, Lady Terry A. Finley, Juice, the Cooler King Swallow, Jennifer Kilkowski, Casey Cummings, Angela Plotz, and Adam and Rachel Crump. And from the Bacon Council, we have the other Brit, Johnny English, the one, the only Chris Anderson, Steven, everyone's favorite Ross, Star Wars expert Kyler, our favorite couple, the Madsons, Nicole D. Kale, Her Royal Highness Jessica Terry, Glow Clan Danielle, Debbie Foster, and Booker.
Thank you, patrons. You are the Ensaba to our Noor, which is the Apocalypse's real name. It's
Yeah.
It's always more fun when you explain it.
But if you want to find me, you can find me at 76Joel on Twitter. You can find me performing with Quickwits. They perform at the Midvale Performing Arts Center and the studio at the Parker Theater. For more details, go to qwcomedy.com or go to the Quickwits Facebook page.
You can find me at Twitter and Instagram at Kenny3DD. You can read my movie reviews at ShowtimeShowdown.com.
If you'd like to connect with me, you can do so on Twitter and Instagram at Tumbling Mustard. But more importantly, make sure you're following Baconsale. Please like that Facebook page and then go to at Baconsale on Twitter and Instagram. After you've done that, go to tpublic.com/Baconsale and get yourself some merch. And then if you like what's going on here and you want to support us further, visit patreon.com/Baconsale. You can get all sorts of behind the scenes bonuses, benefits. There's cool stuff there. And then, of course, the almost weekly Bacon Bits where we talk about, I don't know, like little devil forks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Patreon.com/Baconsale.
So until next time, do you know what happens to temps when they get fired from a prison? The same thing that happens to everyone else.
What's the good line?
Stupid.
So I'm picturing Monsters Incorporated.
If you can get cut by a knife, you're probably a minimum security.
It's the Nickelback of movie lines.
His weaknesses are mental instability, depression, and bullying.
So are mine.
Are you guys related? Like the X-Men were a team?
Yeah.
Aw. But I got a weird mole on my leg. He might think I'm a mutant. Kevin Bacon.
Kevin
by the way.
Bacon.
Kevin Bacon.
He's a Nazi. And in the comics...
in the movie, Kevin Bacon plays a Nazi.
You need a kid? I'll be your kid.
Yeah.
Mama, please stop. Mama, that's enough, Mama.
They don't know what you've been through.
She's Russian.
Mama, please stop.
There you go.
That is enough, Mama.
It's basically Morbius, but with dinosaurs. The plumbing better be working on Ryker's. Is that okay?
He's just a rude guy at work swinging around pasta.
Deadly pasta.
Hey, Omega Red, how's your day? Horrible.
He also has the ability to secrete pheromones from his body, typically referred to as death spores, which is why we have those candles in the bathroom. I don't want to die on the job.
Death spores.
I'm going to call everyone a Nimrod.
I think they'll enjoy that. If she can kill you with her legs, she can jump on top of your head and snap your neck.
Is he on the top?
I'm not saying he's gullible. I'm saying he's seducible. It's not about containing her. It's about containing Kent.
I'm a shiny samurai.
I think that's...
She's cool. Can we invite her to a barbecue?
Her name is Lady Deathstrike.
Where do we...
The new responsible prison guard Joel says no. I thought January Jones did a great job of playing a cold, unfeeling woman.
Red flag, guys.
Yeah.
AKA Jean Grey.
Look out, some silver samurai.
Welcome to Rikers Island. Everyone's getting out.